Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go over the Flipbook and the Hinduism section of the Flipbook. So you have completed this and you are ready for checking it. So here we go. We're going to start with this slide, slide 21. Slide 21 talks about the founding of Hinduism. Unlike the other ones, it doesn't have a founder. It has a founding religion, which in this case is Brahmanism. The approximate date of its founding is actually the oldest of the 5 religions that we study, and it dates to about 2000 BCE. And then the founding event is when the Aryan religious stories, it's really when the Aryans kind of invaded, but the Aryans invading, and we'll talk more about that when we talk about ancient India, after the Indus River Valley. But the Aryans come in, and they bring with them a lot of rich religious stories, and so then those are written down and recorded, and those stories are called the Vedas. So essentially, it's when the Vedas are written down from the Aryan religious stories. That's when it started. Now, the approximate, it would have been far older than that, but that's the founding event that we can trace it to. And Brahmanism is, perhaps 3500 BCE, so, a very, very old tradition. Okay, so slide 22. The religious symbol is Om, or you may also see it spelled like this, O-H-M. On the test, I will use the AUM, so just know that. And then name for followers would be Hindu or Hindus. And then they actually have a lot of different holy texts, but the one that you must know is the Vedas, because of its significance from that first slide, the founding. But then there are stories, and the stories are collectively called the Upanishads, but some of the sort of standout books within the Upanishads would be the Ramayana or the Mahabharata. And then the place of worship for Hindus would be their home, a temple, or just a simple shrine, sometimes called a mandir. Okay, so you can use any of those terms. It would really be like these 3 terms, and then home. They'll have like a shrine within their home. Whoop. Okay, and then the title for the worship leader would be a priest, a guru, or a Brahmin. Their holy language is Sanskrit, and their name for their main god is Brahman. Now, you may also have the 3 names of the Hindu Trinity, but they all come from Brahman, and so we'll talk more about the Trinity later. Okay? All right. Holidays and rituals. So a couple different things. So the bottom 2 are the holidays. So we have Diwali, and you might also see it spelled like this. It is the festival of lights, and it is to celebrate the Hindu New Year. It's also tied with the story of the Ramayana. And then you have Holi, which is the celebration of spring. Puja, which is just all of their prayer rituals combined. It's a lot of different things, and it's different things to different traditions. And then, of course, marriage, which is their most important sacrament. Okay? All right, so how do they view gods or deities? They believe that one god, Brahman, can take many forms, and that's seen in Krishna, or many other different, thousands actually of different forms in Hinduism, but they do believe that there is one God, and that God is everything. Okay, now unlike the monotheistic religions, which believe in a heaven type or a hell type of afterlife, Hinduism believes in something called reincarnation, which is based on karma, which is the collection of good things you do, and the Dharma, which is your sort of sacred purpose or duty. And then the goal in life is to become, is to like be released from that cycle of reincarnation. Reincarnation is the same as samsara. So if you hear the term samsara, it is their word for reincarnation. Okay, and once you like are released out of that continuous cycle, that is thought to be sort of you then being part of everything in the world, part of the universe. Okay, and then to talk about, just like the other slides, I included far more than 5, so I put this on the next slide here. And so we have that they thought that they were pantheistic. They believed in like 3 forms of Brahman. Because there are so many different forms of Hinduism, all under the same branch, they can also consider themselves monotheistic, but polytheistic as well. So pantheistic is kind of a really big term for a lot of things here. Okay, they believe in dharma, which is the responsibility of their life, sort of. So like, what is their goal in life, which is not decided by them, but by the fates or the gods. Okay. So rivers symbolize life or holiness. Puja, they believe in puja, so praying to their gods. They believe in reincarnation, which is samsara, a cycle of rebirth. They don't believe that they had a single founder, but many founders. They believe in karma, which is what impacts their life and their actions. It's all of the different thoughts and actions they have. So they believe each thing you do either gives you good karma or bad karma, and think of it like a piggy bank, or more like a scale. So on one side are all the good things, and one side are all the bad things. So your karma is a collection of all of those things. They also believe that a cow symbolizes holiness and purity and that kind of stuff. So a cow is sacred to them. And then, well, there it is, holiness or goodness, and it's sacred. They don't have a single sacred text. The Vedas is actually a collection of all sorts of texts throughout history. They believe that moksha is their end goal. They believe in washing before praying, just like in Islam. They believe in the caste system, which is actually... It's tricky because the ancient Hindus believed in the caste system, and some elements of that hold over to today, but modern Hindus don't believe in the caste system. So they believe that this life is like an illusion, it's not the true reality, and so once you like determine that true reality, that's when you would reach moksha. They believe that the Ganges River is their most sacred river, and so they try to make a pilgrimage to it. They meditate as part of their prayer. They believe that your Atman is the thing that you carry throughout. It's the one true thing in life. And they believe in following the advice of gurus to reach that moksha. Okay? They believe that their wedding or marriage is the most sacred thing that they can do in their life, joining with another person. And they believe that there are many paths to moksha, or what other religions would call enlightenment. They believe that Om was the first sound in the universe, and that Brahman kind of created that sound to like inspire the rest of creation. So a lot of times that's why you will hear the chanting of Om, Om. It's just to recognize that it's just to recognize the sacredness of both sound and physical presence during their meditations. They make offerings to their shrines. They the priests in different temples are the ones that are responsible for the puja that is performed each day. And then something you saw in the video, they believe in what's called a bindi or a tilak to represent that their body is a temple. And so a bindi is the dot, and the tilak is for boys, the 2 lines. And you'll see that when they go into the temples. Okay, there's a lot of stuff there. Hopefully you got some of those things, and that takes us now to Buddhism. Okay, all right. Have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow.